Christmas is rapidly approaching, and this is a way to buy some unique gifts for those people on your Christmas list and support a wonderful charity, the Kingston Grandmother Connection. I'm joined by Joanna Seitz to tell us all about it. So first of all, tell us about Grandmother Connection.
The Kingston Grandmother Connection is a group of over 200 women. We started with only 4 women. We actually, through the pandemic, we gained 50 more members, which is just amazing. We're thrilled to have so many people joining our group. We are an organization that supports 2 other organizations, the Stephen Lewis Foundation and Help Lesotho. Both of these organizations support grandmothers in 15 sub-Saharan countries in Africa who unfortunately are raising their orphaned grandchildren because their own children have died of AIDS.
And in some cases, we're not talking like they're taking on an infant. They may have an infant, some toddlers, there maybe some teenagers, all because they may have had more than one child who has died, and they have left grandchildren of varying ages.
Yes.
And they may be sick themselves.
You hit on it, Donna. They not only are they might be sick themselves, they are also dealing with the grief of losing their grandchildren and lacking the skills to manage very young children at their age. And so our organizations will often support those grandmothers in providing psychosocial skills so that they're better able to communicate with their grandchildren, and so that the grandchildren and the grandmothers can look forward to a better life than what they've faced in the past. And sorry,
well, let's just throw in there too that they may not have much money, and they're trying to feed any number of
that's
grandchildren on top of everything else. Like,
yes.
Gee, can it get any worse?
You're absolutely right. And oftentimes these grandmothers were looking forward to their own children supporting them. Now the children are gone and they're left to look after these grandchildren. Many of these grandmothers have lived in very small villages where they don't even have a birth certificate. So when they go to the government hoping for assistance, they can't get any because there's no proof that they even exist. So our organizations, because we are that community-based, we don't go into a community and tell them what to do. We listen to what they need and then help them to achieve that. And so oftentimes someone in our group will go with them to the big city so that they can work through all of the bureaucracy so that they can get birth certificates. But there's any number of ways that we're supporting them. As you said, you know, can it get any worse? Yes, it got worse this year. It got worse with the drought, with the supply chain issues for bringing grain to African countries, so that right now we're in the process of just buying groceries.
And the war in Ukraine stopped. Even that affected them. They just seem to be the dumping ground for the world in so many ways.
Very true.
And so, how do you raise money to send to these people, help these people?
Well, for many years we had both a fall market and a spring market that raised money. During the pandemic, I have to give credit to our grandmothers. They were so inventive in finding ways to raise money for our grandmothers so that we met and exceeded our goals for past years during the years of the pandemic.
That's
However,
wonderful. This year
you're
back. You're back with your great market.
We are back live.
I've been there, and it's wonderful. So tell me about some of the stuff you're going to be selling.
We're going to be selling many things. We just encourage everyone to come down to Crossroads United Church, which is on Sir Johnny MacDonald across from the Kingston Center. We'll be there on Saturday, November the 5th from 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. And we will have a luncheon that's available. We will be selling beautiful African artifacts. This particular basket comes from Ghana. and they are almost indestructible. We've had people who've owned them for 20 years and they're still in the same condition as this one is. So we'll have many African artifacts. We also have a marvelous sewing group. This is just one very small sample of what they do. This is a water bottle carrier, but as you said, Donna, you could put your tissue or your cell phone in there and just wrap it over your shoulder, and there you go, off hiking with that out of the way. This other interesting item is a cell phone holder. It props up your cell phone. Are you able to get a shot of that?
Yeah, look at this.
Okay, there it is, yes.
So the way it works, it just
hands-free.
Right. So you can. Really makes it hands-free. That's super. What a clever idea. Who thinks of this
let
stuff?
me point out this item. You were admiring this bowl. This was actually an item that was donated to us. Many of our grandmothers are downsizing, and so they have beautiful things from their home, and they're kind enough to donate those things to us. So we have one room that has exquisite things in it, and this is one of those items that will be for sale there. And we also have an art display. Many of our local Kingston artists are generous enough to donate their own artwork to us, and we are able to sell that. Of course, we have baking. What would a grandmother's market be without baking? We have used jewelry, used clothing, and we have another table called Green Initiatives that are some eco-friendly items that will be available at that table. And I hope I'm not missing anything, but it's a marvelous event. We as grandmothers have so much fun doing it. It's a lot of work putting it together.
I've gone other years and always enjoyed it. It's just a really nice event. It's so well organized, and everything is, people are pleasant, and it is. It's fun to support it.
Yes,
I can't remember, is there an admission charge to
No
enter?
admission charge, no. I can tell you that I believe that we've decided that the lunch will be $10 and $5 for children. Forgive me if I've made those wrong numbers, but I think that's what it is. And it's just a great event. I'm the co-chair of the event, and really love working with our grandmothers. They are the most generous, accommodating individuals. It's a pleasure to work with them, and I just invite everyone to come out and join us and have a good time, get some good bargains. Oh, I forgot to mention, you had started with Christmas. There will be a Christmas table as well. We have, I wish I had one of those. They're small Christmas angels that one of our members makes that you can hang on your Christmas tree or just add as an attachment to a gift that you're giving someone. Just marvelous items that we have for sale, and you are supporting a very, very good cause. I'd like to mention a few things about the philosophy behind both the Stephen Lewis Foundation and Help Lesotho, in that we firmly believe that it is our role to support grandmothers, not to direct grandmothers. And we are partners, we are sisters with them. And if I might, this is a book that was written a number of years ago by the Stephen Lewis Foundation called Powered by Love. And there's a wonderful line in here that that keeps me going, I guess.
Okay.
And it's from a grandmother from Swaziland. And she said, "This is just the beginning. We can't stop here. We won't stop here. We hope you will stay with us." And that's that realization that they very much need us to not back down, to not fail them, to keep coming through for them, to keep supporting them. The Help Lesotho has some of the data that they're sharing with us is just quite amazing, in that they've been in operation since for the last 18 years. They have helped over 250,000 people in Lesotho.
So tell me specifically what happened. So you raise money, the money goes to this country and is used wisely. Is it a specific project that you open up? Do you fund certain things? Do you give money to certain people? I'm just not clear on how.
Sure.
and we've only got a couple of minutes left,
Okay,
so if you
okay.
could put that in kind of a...
Very good. What we just raise the money, we pass it on to Helpless Sutu, and we divide the money equally between Helpless Sutu and the Stephen Lewis Foundation. They take that money and listen to what the people on the ground in those countries tell us they need, and we provide the money. We've provided solar lights so that the children can study at night. We've provided fruit trees so that the grandmothers might be able to produce fruit and sell it and make a little bit of money. Right now we're buying groceries because they've been caught in this supply chain with grain not being available for them. And it's, does that answer your question about how it happens?
It does. And it's a wonderful organization. It's and good for you for doing it. And I wish you all kinds of luck. I hope you raise all kinds of money at your Market for Africa.
Let me
one more time, tell us the date and the place.
Okay. It is the Fall Market of the Kingston Grandmother Connection. It's going to be at Crossroads United Church on Sir John A. Macdonald Boulevard, across the street from the Kingston Center. It will be on Saturday, November the 5th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And may I end with a quote?
Okay, one quick quote.
Okay, this is from a grandmother in Kenya who says, "You don't tell us what to do. You give us support, and we walk together as partners, as human beings."
Good way to end it. So have a wonderful time.
Thank
and
you. Please
I
come.
I sure will.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Joanna.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much for having me.